guys, it's Jordan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a series review. I think I haven't done one of these videos in such a long time. I'm very excited to film today's because I actually love the series that I'm going to be talking about, and that is the Wild Seasons series by Christina Lauren. It consists of Sweet Filthy Boy, Dirty Rowdy Thing, Dark Wild Night, and Wicked Sexy Liar. I gave all 4 of these books a 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved this series. So the Wild Seasons series is a new adult series of contemporary books that are all companion novels. So they don't all follow the exact same characters, although they are written in a chronological timeline. The companion series, sometimes you can read the books out of order based on which couple you're most interested in or which plotline you're most interested in. However, for this series, I definitely recommend reading them in order because the stories do build on each other. If you ever have the desire to go back and read one of the other main characters' storylines, you're going to be spoiled because it's about 3 best friends who are very close and are very integral in each other's lives. Even if you're following one character, you're going to hear what the other characters are up to because they spend so much time together. You will spoil yourself if you don't read them in the publication order. This series is about 3 women who have just graduated college, and they go on a trip together to Las Vegas to celebrate their graduation. They have been best friends for most of their lives since they were wee tiny tots in elementary school. Now, while they are in Las Vegas, they happen to meet 3 boys who are also on vacation together. They are from around the world. They met each other through a charity organization, and so every so often they get together, meet up in one location, and hang out, celebrate, party, and they run into each other in Vegas. Shenanigans ensue, alcohol is consumed, and they wake up the next morning and realize that they're all married to each other. And some of them take that very differently than others. In the first book, Sweet Filthy Boy, we follow Mia and Ansel. Mia decides to fly with Ansel back to Paris, which is where he is from originally, and spend the summer with him until she starts grad school in the fall. Just to test the waters to see if this marriage thing is really gonna work out or not. Because she married a complete stranger, what could go wrong with this, right? The second book follows Harlow and Finn, who are 2 characters who really cannot stand each other. They fight and they bicker all the time. They have very different values on things. They have really great sex together. Even though they don't get along, they always end up in bed together. Over the course of their book, they explore their relationship. If you really like hate to love tropes, I think you would really like the second book. If you like fake relationship tropes, people who are pretending to be in a relationship when they're really not, is kind of a play on that trope in the first book. In the third book, Dark Wild Night, we follow Lola and Oliver, who became very great friends, decided that they were too drunk when they got married, annulled their marriage, and have just been the best of friends ever since. Very platonic relationship. Until several months have passed and they're like, maybe there's more to this than we thought there was. So if you love the friends to lovers trope, I think you would really like Dark Wild Night. And then the final book is Wicked Sexy Liar, which does not follow any of the group from Vegas. We're actually following Lola's roommate London and Luke. So if you like books about second chances, moving on from a first relationship to a second relationship, I think you would really like Wicked Sexy Liar. Also, London is one of the most independent women I've read about. She's very happy being single. She's very content in her life. She likes what she does. She does not need a man to validate her, which is something that I feel like a lot of books don't really touch on. Whereas Luke is the one that's very much struggling with being alone. And what's another great thing is that all 4 couples are very different. The relationship dynamics are very different. How they approach the relationship is, again, very different. Authors did such a wonderful job of distinguishing each couple from the other. So I never felt like I was reading a recycled story. I never felt like it was the same thing being told over and over and over again. I feel like so many authors who write romance fall into certain tropes and continually use the same plot points for each romance, and I don't think that that happened in any of the books in this series. Everyone felt very unique and felt very different. All the relationships felt different, which they should, because no real life relationship is exactly like another. I was also really impressed that they were able to write 4 very distinct sexual relationships as well. So with that being said, I have to say that the third book, Dark Wild Night is my least favorite in the series. I just didn't particularly like the romance as much. It felt very realistic, which maybe was part of the reason. My mom jokes that the reason I didn't like that book is because it was too realistic while the other ones were more far-fetched. Although I did find that I connected to Lola the most. Like, I felt while reading her story that her and I were very similar. I understood a lot of the decisions that she was making. I don't often read books and feel like, wow, I really connected to this main character. Like, I really feel like we have a lot of similar traits. However, when I read about Lola, I'm like, wow, I had that feeling. I can't really pick a favorite among the other three because Mia and Ansel, Harlow and Finn, and Luke and London are just all so phenomenal. Like, I loved all of their books so much, and I can't pick a favorite. I think maybe Harlow and Finn, just because I really love the hate to love trope. And because this is new adult, I feel like I touched on this a little bit a moment ago, but there are explicit sex scenes. They're very descriptive. They give you a lot of detail, so if you're very uncomfortable reading sexual content, I probably wouldn't recommend this series to you. It might make you very uncomfortable. If you really do like new adult and you really like sexy, fun romance romps, and a lot of the tropes that I mentioned are things you really enjoy, I think you should pick them up. I don't feel like any of the relationships in the series are particularly problematic. Like, a lot of new adult romances have at least some kind of aspect or facet to them that make you cringe a little bit, like it's not the best situation, but I feel like for the most part, overall, these were very healthy, well-developed romances. Maybe didn't make some of the best decisions for their own personal mental health, but I don't feel like it glorified it or made it seem like it was an okay decision to make in real life. Like, I feel like the consequences the characters went through in making those decisions were evident on the page. So I think that is all I have to say for the Wild Seasons series by Christina Lauren. If you've read this book or if you've picked up any of Christina Lauren's works, please tell me in the comments down below what you thought of them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, I will talk to you very soon. Bye!